And now I'm starting on Facebook. Just give me a couple of minutes.
Right. Welcome, Mr. Tan.
Good morning, Dr. Kamal. How are you? I had a little snag, but Abhishek helped me out in getting things through.
Chalo.
So it's nice to have you all here. It's a great day.
The link is loading. I think 1 more minute.
Hello, Chetan. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
All well,
Good to see you after so long.
Yes, so nice to see all of us.
Good morning, Mr. Tan. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. Rafiq. How are you?
Yeah, wonderful.
Okay, gentlemen, we are now. Just give me a minute.
Surely.
Excuse me.
Okay, gentlemen, we are now live on Facebook. Just give me a minute. I think the status bar is loading once again.
In fact, we have got the notification that we are live on Facebook.
And we are live. So back to you, Dr. Sir. Dr. Kamal.
Right. So, hello and a very, very warm welcome to Direct Talk episode number 3. And we are delighted to be back with you, to be back in the fraternity of direct selling community out there. And again today, we have a set of great personalities who are related to direct selling. They have done tremendously well. They have worked tremendously well in the field of direct selling, in the field of upbringing direct selling to the level that we are at. And we also want to understand the future plans. So the theme for this Direct Talk number 3 is where we are headed. What are we doing? Where are we positioned right now? And to discuss about that, so first of all, let me introduce you to my co-host. So Mr. Chetan Bhardwaj, and he is the person who is behind all the regulatory stuff that is happening in the direct selling fraternity at this point of time. And he, along with his great team, and I would definitely like to mention the name of Mr. Abhishek, right? And also Ma'am Taran, who is also working behind the scenes, but they are working tremendously well. So Mr. Chetan is the general manager of IDSA, and IDSA, as all of us know, is the regulatory body of direct selling. So we generally if you do not understand what a regulatory body is, so we can say that as RBI governs all the banking industry, so likewise IDSA governs all the direct selling industry. So Chetanji, I would like you to introduce yourself and plus IDSA also before I introduce the panelists to the fraternity.
Sure. Now that's a change of the format. Usually I get introduced in the scene at the last. So in the meanwhile, sir, just a small request. Probably there's some bit of disturbance whenever you're speaking occasionally. So as I finish up introduction, you can probably correct it. Again, thank you so much for giving me introduction, which I don't think I deserve. But nevertheless, good morning to all our viewers. आप सबका स्वागत है इस थर्ड वेबिनार में जो हमारी 7 वेबिनार की सीरीज है. और मुझे बताते हुए बड़ी खुशी हो रही है कि हमें बहुत ही अच्छा रिस्पांस मिला है हमारे डायरेक्ट सेलर से, हमारी डायरेक्ट सेलिंग फ्रेटर्निटी से. और आपका ये रिस्पांस, आपका ये जोश ही हमें प्रेरित करता है कि हम इस तरह से आगे बढ़ते जाएं, निरंतर आपके लिए नए हम कदम उठाते जाएं और आपके लिए जानकारी इकट्ठी करते जाएं, आपसे जानकारी शेयर करते जाएं. आज हमारे पास जैसा कि अभी डॉक्टर साहब भी आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे, 4 बहुत ही स्पेशल कंपनीज हैं. और जैसा कि अगर आपने हमारे पिछले वेबिनार में भी देखा होगा, one thing is very clear that direct selling industry has been able to sail against the tide during the lockdown. पिछले वेबिनार या उससे पिछले वेबिनार के दौरान ये बात स्पष्ट है कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग इंडस्ट्री ने इस लॉकडाउन के दौरान लहर के विपरीत तैरने का काम किया है। मतलब जहां बाकी इंडस्ट्रीज की परफॉर्मेंस शायद कहीं ना कहीं गिरी है, डायरेक्ट सेलिंग एक ऐसी इंडस्ट्री है जिसकी परफॉर्मेंस, जिसके बिजनेस, जिसके वॉल्यूम में इंक्रीज हुआ है ड्यूरिंग द लॉकडाउन। आज जो हमारे पास 4 कंपनीज है, डॉक्टर साहब भी आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे। मेरे का एक की टेक अवे आज के सेशन से ये जानने में रहेगा कि हाउ आर डिफरेंट सबसेट्स ऑफ द डायरेक्ट सेलिंग परफॉर्मर। फॉर एग्जांपल, वी हैव कंपनी व्हिच इज टुडे विद अस completely specializes into nutraceuticals. Then on the other hand, we have a company which is completely into high-end sophisticated engineering products. Then we have a company which is into personal care, home care, as well as appliances. And then finally, we have a company which not only deals into domestic products, but is also catering to the agriculture sector. Agriculture is very interesting because we all know that starting from next month, India में खरीफ की जो फसल है, उसकी बुआई शुरू हो जाएगी और लॉकडाउन से जस्ट पहले रबी की फसल की बुआई उनका खत्म हुई थी। सो ये जानना बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग रहेगा कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग की कंपनी जो एग्रीकल्चर प्रोडक्ट्स में डील करती हैं, उनका कैसा परफॉर्मेंस रहा ड्यूरिंग द लॉकडाउन या उनका क्या आउटलुक है फॉर द कमिंग सीजन। And I certainly hope that this is going to be a learning session for all of us, for you, for me, for everyone. And with that note, I would like to hand it over back to Dr.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Chetanji. Is my voice clear now?
Yes, your voice is clear.
Perfect. So let me have the privilege of introducing our esteemed panelists now. So the first one in the series is Mr. Abhishek Gupta, and who is the managing director of Altos Enterprises. So he is a director on the board of Altos, and he has done his master's in management from University of Leeds, United Kingdom, and he is a member of Leeds Alumni. He has been on the board of Altos like since 2011, and he initiated journey from 100 products, and now like he has expanded his basket to around more than 250 products. Right? Am I right, Mr. Abhishek? So,
right, sir, right. Thank you, sir.
So he has led development of infrastructure, corporate affairs, group taxation policies, supply chain management. So all this stuff he is an expert at, but he's even more than that, even more than the supply chain management and the logistics management, he is an expert at leadership management, which is perhaps the backbone of all the direct selling industry. And he's known to produce leaders. He's known to like nurture leaders like anything. All the leadership in his company are his greatest fans and also his greatest assets, I would say. And apart from Altos Enterprises, he has various other business stints. He is like a proprietor of Abhishek Pharmaceuticals as well, and wherein he's manufacturing more than 250 products and exporting to like 24 countries since last 25 years. So welcome, Abhishek ji. It's a very, very proud privilege to
Thank you,
panel, and it's great to connect with you. Moving on, our second panelist is Mr. KM Rafiq, who is an international marketing director at DXN Marketing India Private Limited, and he started his career in 2001. So he has been associated with like DXN since last 19 years, and he has worked his heart and soul out for the development of DXN, and he has like introduced DXN in many various countries like India, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Mongolia. And with his expertise and knowledge in multi-level marketing business, his headquarters gave him his home ground India to operate. And since his like introduction and his work, he started his work in India. He has been like, the company has grown 300%. So that speaks volume about the diligence of the work that Mr. Rafiq carries and the legacy that he carries. And he actually believes in empowering the direct sellers from basics, and his basics are very simple. Which are the basics for direct selling company operating anywhere in the world? So you be a consumer, you be a distributor, and you be a networker. So the basic things. And welcome, Rafiq ji. It's a
Thank you.
proud privilege to host you in the series of webinars, Direct Talk. Moving on, again, a renowned name in the field of direct selling, Mr. Shishir Jha. And who doesn't know Shishir Jha ji? and he is the country head for 4Life Trading Private Limited. Started his career with the hospitality group and moved on to telecommunications. So he has like a vast experience across the fields, and it was in telecommunications that he actually felt the power of network, and probably he moved on to like direct selling after that, and large experience of more than 22 years he has in the field of direct selling, and commercial operations, training, sales, business development are his forte. And he's been with the industry. He has been very, very passionately building this industry and contributing towards the cause of this industry ever since he has been like 22 years is a long time. And he's also like, so he's very passionate about people, loves people. That's why he has stayed on in this industry. And it's a mantra. And when I read that mantra, it perfectly resonates with me as well. So he says, simplify to multiply. And we have heard it so often that it's like networking is an industry of duplication. So whatever does not duplicate doesn't work in network marketing or direct selling. So Shishirji, welcome to the board, and we are proud to host you today.
Thank you.
Direct Talk 3.
Thank you. Thank you.
And finally, move on to Mr. Winston Tan. And he's such a pleasant personality. Yesterday when we met, and he's such a simple and sober guy, and with like huge amount of wisdom that he carries with him. And he's probably the most experienced of us all. Mr. Winston is director at Enagic India Kangen Water Private Limited. And he has been running his own businesses since last 40 years. And he has an expertise in minerals, both major and minor minerals, and mining activities, marketing. He is an expert at marketing, and he has built a legacy of himself, right? So he has a legacy of his own. So Mr. Winston, welcome to the board. We are
Thank you. Thank you.
proud to have you with us.
Thank you, Dr. Kamal.
Right? And
Thank you.
again, just to the viewers, so as Chetanji was saying, that this direct talk and all the panelists, we were also like discussing amongst ourselves. So this is an initiative which is aimed at bringing the industry together, because quite a few times we have seen that there are distributors who are like putting down other companies and they want to prove that their company is better. So all the companies, all the direct selling companies, we have to grow as a community. So all of us can peacefully coexist as other companies do, right? And it is often said that the biggest enemy of direct selling is direct selling, because they are the people, one would be putting other down, one would be putting other down and saying that we are better. So all are better, all are good. So it's always a relative term. So something might suit someone, something might suit someone. So we have to learn to peacefully coexist. So that's why in the same spirit, I would request you not to clutter the chat with messages like join this, I am better, I am this, I am global, my plan is better, right? So write some related questions if you want to ask, right? So we'll try to have some questions in the bin. And another important announcement that I would like to make before we start is that the certificates for the Direct Talk 1, for the people who had like attended Direct Talk 1, so you'll start receiving them on your mails, right? So we have already started the process. So all the people who had registered with the mail ID, they'll receive the certificates in their mail. And I request them to download it immediately, because after 3 days, so we'll be issuing the second Direct Talk 2 certificates, right? So we start formally with the Direct Talk 2, and Direct Talk 2 had tremendous response. So it has crossed more than 100,000 views, 1 lakh views on only the IDSA Facebook page. Leave aside the other YouTube and other channels where we broadcast it, but only on IDSA Facebook page, it has gathered more than 1 lakh responses. So it speaks volume about the wisdom of the direct selling community, right? So they've come together as an industry, right, on this platform. So as going by the theme of our today's webinar, it's like growth of direct selling. And where is it headed? So I would like to start with Abhishek ji. तो अभिषेक जी, हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि करंट पोजीशनिंग क्या है इंडस्ट्री की? व्हाट इज द करंट पोजीशनिंग ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री एंड वेयर इज इट हेडेड? कहां जा रही है? मतलब हमने एक सर्वे, आपने सुना होगा, सभी ने वो सुना होता है, केपीएमजी फिक्की का सर्वे हुआ था विच हैज प्रेडिक्टेड कि 2025 में हिंदुस्तान की जो इंडस्ट्री है वो 64,500 करोड़ जाएगी। लेकिन मैं बहुत सारे और लोगों को सुनता हूं जो कि उससे अलग राय में, आप क्या बोलते हैं कि 64,500 जाएगी या इसी रेट पे ग्रो करेगी? कहां जा रहे हैं हम एज एन इंडस्ट्री?
Firstly, thank you, sir. And I would really like to appreciate Dr. Kamal, Mr. Chetan, Mr. Abhishek, and Mr. Taran for making tremendous effort to promote the direct selling industry. And now coming to the question, sir, direct selling industry is obviously growing. See, at the time of the COVID, when no industry was going, we are the only industry which has doubled the sales figure, doubled the registrations. If we talk about the direct selling industry, this is the only industry where there is a care, you know, the people care about each other, the company cares about the people, we give them the positive environment, we give them the environment to, you know, work better. And you know, the second thing is services. The services involved in the direct selling are tremendous, because you know, you take care of the leader also, you take care for the company also, you take care for your outlet also, and even the small customer associated with you. And the third thing is, in India now the trend has been changed. Now people are taking direct selling as a career very seriously. They are taking as a profession very seriously. Moreover, the guidelines has been issued by the government of India, which has helped us in promoting this industry. And this industry has a lot of quality products. Everybody launches quality products, and India needs quality today. India moves on the quality today. India trends on the quality. So in the past, you know, people doesn't believe in the direct selling concept, and moreover, there were fraudulent companies, there were, you know, Ponzi schemes, which has not only impact the life of the direct seller, but also impacted our goodwill also. But now in future, I think direct selling will grow, direct selling will boom, and within a short span of time, we are going to be the largest market in the direct seller with highest sales figure and highest network. Thank you.
Great, sir, great. So 64,500 करोड़ से ऊपर जाएंगे 2025 में, आपका अंदाजा क्या है? या
बिल्कुल
कम है?
सर, बिल्कुल सर, हम 64,500 करोड़ से बहुत ऊपर जाएंगे। जो भी ये गाइडलाइंस आई हैं, इसके कारण ये इंडस्ट्री इतनी बूम हो चुकी है, लोग इसको इतना सीरियस ले चुके हैं कि आज के टाइम पे अगर मैं रजिस्ट्रेशंस की बात करूं या सेल्स की बात करूं, बहुत ज्यादा आगे बढ़ चुकी है। हमारा ग्रोथ रेट मतलब 30 to 40% इंक्रीज हो रहा है। तो अगर आने वाले टाइम में देखा जाए तो ये 64,500 नहीं, लगभग 1 लाख से 2 लाख करोड़ तक की क्लोजिंग 2025 तक करेंगे।
वाह, तो मतलब मैं परफेक्टली जबरदस्त आपका कॉन्फिडेंस दिखता है डायरेक्ट सेलिंग इंडस्ट्री में भी और आपकी अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में भी। रफीक जी, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे, 13,000 करोड़ के आसपास की अभी इंडिया की मार्केट है, और अगर हम टॉप सेलर्स की बात करें, यूएस की, चाइना की बात करें, तो 2.5 लाख करोड़ से ऊपर की उनकी मार्केट है। पॉपुलेशन की बात करें तो चाइना के साथ ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल है ऑफिशियली, और यूएस तो 1/4 है हमसे अभी। लेकिन हिंदुस्तान में 13,000 करोड़, वहां पर 2.5 लाख करोड़। क्या आपको लगता है कि कुछ आने वाले समय में हम कहां जा रहे हैं? रफीक जी।
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Kamal. Thank you, Mr. Chetan, for the wonderful initiation. Just I totally agree with Mr. Abhishek also, and for sure, direct selling is going to grow because India is a sleeping giant. एक चीज इंडिया का पास है, दूसरा कंट्री का पास नहीं है, वो है पॉपुलेशन. Okay, and for direct selling industry, it is the raw material. When the population is there, and now it's a sleeping giant. You will see in the future to come, next 4 to 5 years, they explode what is going to happen in this industry, because now you see this COVID or this situation, the COVID, which has put the pressure on the entire economy, and we have seen how we have survived this one, and we have won the situation, won the war of this COVID. So what this COVID has created is, it has created a huge demand, especially for the direct selling industry in the 2 areas. Number one, it has created the need of the health and the antivirus. It has created the antivirus for the health. It has created the antivirus need for the finance sector. Okay, so now we know there's a coronavirus, but we don't know tomorrow what virus will come. But people understood whatever the virus may come, the only thing what we need to understand is we have to empower ourselves with a good immune system. And when we talk about immune system, a proper health food supplement and a proper nutritional product will play a very vital role. And you can see in the direct selling industry, most of the companies are very strong in this area. So one is on creating a immunity to ourselves, and second is on creating the immunity of our finance. Now people are talking about an ongoing income, an extra income, a secondary income. At the previous COVID, people don't have that much thought. People are comfortable with their job, people are comfortable with their business. But now it has shaken the truth. It has shaken everybody, and people are looking to have a secondary income. And the direct selling industry is the industry which can cater these two things. Number one, for the immunity of your health and for the immunity of our finance. Okay, so the direct selling industry can give the perfect solution. And the thing is, people actually don't know the real opportunity what this industry can give. So it is now the role we need to play as a direct sellers, as a company, and as a direct sellers, the distributors. We need to reach them, and we have to create this awareness. And for sure, with the strength what we are having, we will go far behind the growth what we are expecting.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. तो बड़ी अच्छी आपने एक बात की कि इम्यूनिटी की बात तो सभी कर रहे हैं आज के लिए, सारे जितने भी लोग हैं. हम पहले डायरेक्ट सेलिंग, बिकॉज डायरेक्ट सेलिंग हैज बीन एसोसिएटेड विद health and health supplements since ages, and probably we were the ones who were like, direct selling was the one which introduced the concept of nutrition supplements to the world. So we're talking way back in like 1935 when Nutralite was born, and Carl Rainborg laid the foundation for the supplements. And so since then, direct selling community has been promoting health supplements, and now there's a talk around immunity everywhere. Now people realize the importance. And the second important point that you raised was immunity of finance. So this is something that I'm listening for the first time, and I perfectly align with your thought that immunity of finance is very required. So not only security in terms of physical fitness, but security in terms of your financial fitness as well. So financial status as well. So COVID has given us a message that we need to have some other stream of income which is dependable. Shishirji, your thoughts on this?
First of all, thank you, Dr. Kamal and Chetan, for organizing such a forum. I have witnessed last 2 series and it's amazing. So, ये जितना value add कर रहा है direct sellers के लिए and to us as an organization, it's really commendable. Now coming to your question, I think I'll echo what Abhishek and Rafiq they have said. इस industry को जब आप 65,000 करोड़ की बात करते हैं, 13,000 करोड़ से 65,000 करोड़ जाने के लिए, we are talking about a 5 times increase in 5 years, right? And if I have to look at what has happened now, post this situation, it will be a new world, right? The way I look at direct selling moving is, it will move from a stage of unawareness, जहाँ पर हमें लोगों को बहुत समझाना पड़ता था कि डायरेक्ट सेलिंग क्या है, इम्यूनिटी क्या है, प्रोडक्ट क्या है. So from a stage of unawareness, we have moved to a stage of abundance, right? So now we have a lot of people who have understood that secondary income नाम की कोई चीज होती है. आज इस uncertainty के time में relying on just one income, I don't think anybody will agree across the globe. So the need to have a secondary income has grown. Number 2, people have realized that health is all about prevention. वो अब वो समय नहीं है जब हम सोचेंगे कि हम जब बीमार होंगे तब ठीक होंगे, बिकॉज इस सिचुएशन ने हमें बताया है कि अगर आप बीमार होंगे तो फ्यूचर में जिस तरह से डिजीज या जिस तरह से पोल्यूशन या बाकी चीजें ग्रो कर रही हैं, तो आप बीमार होने के बाद ठीक नहीं हो पाएंगे. आपको हमेशा ठीक रहना पड़ेगा और बीमार होने से बचना पड़ेगा. एंड दैट इज वेयर डायरेक्ट सेलिंग प्लेज अ वेरी बिग रोल. सो देयर इज एन इंक्रीज्ड अवेयरनेस, देयर इज अ नीड for more money to come into everyone's pocket, and yes, there is a definite need to increase my immunity against any such issue. So growing 5 times in 5 years, I think it's a small target that you have taken, Dr. Kamal. Let's talk more, let's talk bigger numbers. So I totally echo what Abhishek and Rafiq have said.
So, perfect, sir. So whenever I start, probably I mentioned it yesterday to you that I've started a course called network marketing in my university, and when I start for the first, when a new set of students come and my first lecture, so every time I say what you are saying right now, तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि हर एक घर में आज के समय में हिंदुस्तान में हर एक घर में दो चीजें हैं, एक बीमारी है, एक बेरोजगारी है। तो बीमारी भी किसी ना किसी रूप में है, किसी के घुटने नहीं चल रहे हैं, किसी को बीपी, शुगर, these have like become household names. And बेरोजगारी doesn't mean that you're unemployed. बेरोजगारी means कि कहीं ना कहीं हम compromise करते हैं पैसे से. So we're not at that level wherein we can say that I do not need more money, right? So most of the families in India. तो मैं बोलता हूँ डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के पास, और इसीलिए मैं डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के लिए इतना पैशनेट भी हूँ, बिकॉज डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के पास दोनों चीजों का इलाज है। डायरेक्ट सेलिंग बीमारी को भी भगाना जानती है, बेरोजगारी को भी भगाना जानती है। मिस्टर विंस्टन, all of the esteemed panelists have talked about India being a sleeping giant, right? So it has taken us like 20 years to reach a stage of 13,000 crores. But now, as per all the resources, whatever I have researched through, जो भी कोई उसके ऊपर रिसर्च हो रही है, जहां पर भी कुछ speculations हो रही हैं, कुछ भी जो consultancies हैं, कुछ reports आ रही हैं, so everyone is suggesting that by 2025, so we would be close to 1 lakh crores. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, thank you, Dr. Kamal and my co-panelists. It's a great, I would say, to get together here. And I must thank IDSA for motivating this. It's a great platform, and your direct talk is something very interesting. At the same time, it conveys a lot of message in the present circumstances and how to take India to the next level. See, I would just share a little of my experience. I was an industrialist for the past 40 years. I've done various type of industries. Plus, I was an entrepreneur, also having many agencies, like in automobiles, tea, you name a dozen of those type of businesses. And as an entrepreneur and an industrialist, it is not easy to just get yourself established. You've got to put in a lot of efforts, time, money, gestation period, etc. You might be surprised as to, after me being an industrialist, why I took up this directorship with Energy. It's a little intriguing, because there was two things. After a period of time, all of us in life look forward to something that we can give to fellow human beings, the country, etc. And I felt that there was a time, and the type of product which also I chose was something to do with wellness. And I think that was the need of the hour. And though I had a lot of links with the other direct selling companies like Amway, just to give you a name, I knew them all and I was interested, but unfortunately I couldn't understand the business at that time. And this, after a period of say 30, 40 years, I took a thought of, trying to do what my mind told me. There's a passion. So like that, I took up this, and then I was new to direct selling. I didn't know, because we used to do everything in a very organized way. We had different departments and training programs, each person doing. And here we found one individual coming and he was trying to do everything. It was a little different. But then I realized that it has a fantastic potential, to be honest. And as I went into it for these past couple of years, and to be honest, I took it up at a particular stage. And to just give you a gist, we grew 200, 300 times more. So I was very proud of that type of an achievement. So I felt that, yes, there is a fantastic potential in this industry. Why? The individual doesn't have to invest much. He has no gestation period to wait. He has a fantastic platform which is already there. He has to just walk in. He has to have the basic interest. That means he needs to know what he wants to do. As I said, there should be a vision and a mission and a passion. If you ask me, I'll just put it in a nutshell. If an individual has that, it is very easy for him to get started, because the industry orients him, gives him the type of foundation that he requires to kickstart the business. And from day one, he starts with a very minimal investment. The next objectives and the plus points which I found was, he can work part-time, he can work full-time, he can work from home, he joins his family. So what happens? He has time with him, he can think well, he can use his time to suit his needs and ultimately achieve his goals. Ultimately, what is the overall? For every human being, I think we need is a good health. Yes, you need wealth and peace of mind. And I think if these three are there, I don't think you can be a more contented individual that you would like to be. More than that, to achieve that.
Mr. Winston, where do you see direct selling like headed?
So I think it's ultimately passion. So this is just a brief I gave you. Now coming to the direct selling, I have made certain statistical views. The youth, and in India, the highest population compared to the West is in India, the youth population.
Exactly.
Today is the right time for them to get a job instantaneously, because job creation in India is only by industries. The next, according to me, should be direct selling, because it's there with less investment. Not only the government would be very obliged, and they should encourage the youngsters or whoever would like to take up direct marketing to get started, because it is there right at their fingertips. It's only they have to think that they got to get started. Now, giving you a small statistics, I agree with my co-panelists. I'm just giving you 3 statistical data which I got, which you rightly said, India is somewhere about 13,000 crores maybe as compared to the world. US is number 1 with approximately maybe 2 lakh crores. So if you look into the percentage, we are anywhere between 6 to 8% as compared to the world direct selling share of the market. A small country like Malaysia, which is just 3 crores, they are about 15% ahead of us. And China maybe is about 80%. So what I'm trying to share here is the gap for the Indian youth and individuals, entrepreneurs, anybody who would like to take direct selling as their career and take it forward. There is a fantastic scope. There's a marketplace. It's very wide. So this is what I would share, that this is an opportunity which they should utilize. And in a situation like this presently, I think with the digital system, it's very easy for them to reach out to anywhere in the world, not only just pan-India, anywhere. And you try to develop contacts, you share a lot of your views, your wisdom, your knowledge. And I think it is more convenient for the individual to get started. And with this, I would only like to share that we must set aside confusion into clarity, and together we stand as a united individual with everybody there. And we must create a kind of a hopelessness situation into confidence, confusion into clarity, and take this forward. This would be my message to the youth and the direct selling individuals all over India and who are watching.
Thanks for the
God bless, and good wishes to all of you. And thank you for inviting me onto this panel.
Great, sir, great.
Take care and be safe.
Okay, so Rafiq-ji, Mr. Tan also talked about technology, and our next question is centered around technology. So this COVID might have been like, so of course everyone knows that it has come like a curse to on the entire human elements, but also it has its own like silver linings. तो बहुत सारी चीजें कोविड से आदमी ये सिखा भी आदमी को बहुत कुछ रहा है. जैसे हम बात करते हैं सिक्योरिटी की, बात करते हैं इम्यूनिटी की, हेल्थ के बारे में लोगों की बात करते हैं, लोग आपस में उनका जो रिलेशनशिप स्ट्रांग हुआ है बिकॉज स्टेइंग बैक होम, है ना, और उन्हें ये समझ में आता है कि यार सब कुछ इसमें मतलब क्या है कि कोई लोग आप देखो कि न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स का कहीं रेस चल रहा था, कहीं कुछ चल रहा था, एंड देन देयर वाज जस्ट स्मॉल वायरस, राइट. सो मैं कहीं एक रिपोर्ट पढ़ रहा था एंड इट सेड कि जितने भी दुनिया में लोग इन्फेक्टेड हुए हैं वायरस से, अगर उस वायरस का टोटल वेट ले ले तो वो 2.8 ग्राम्स है. तो टोटल वेट ऑफ 2.8 ग्राम्स हैज पुट द ह्यूमैनिटी ऑन द नीज. उसने सारे लोग अब न्यूक्लियर वेपन से मार सकते हो तो मार लो वायरस को, नहीं मार सकते, है ना. तो वायरस ने बड़ा कुछ सिखाया है. और कम से कम आप ये देख सकते हो कि टेक्नोलॉजी फ्रंट पे तो जो आज से 5 साल बाद कम से कम जो चीजें होनी थी वो आज होनी शुरू हो गई हैं. जूम पहले भी था, लेकिन जूम पे मतलब कितना हम इसको यूटिलाइज करते थे. एंड इन टुडे सिनेरियो ऑल ऑफ अस आर सिटिंग एट डिफरेंट प्लेसेस, लेकिन डिजिटलाइजेशन ने सबको इतना दुनिया को पूरी, एज राइटली सेड बाय मिस्टर टैन आल्सो, It has brought the world together. So now, if it is time for organizations to scale up to international levels, it's now. So what is your take on digitalization, the role of digitalization in the post-COVID area in like direct selling? कहाँ देखते हो आप technology कहाँ लेके जा रही है हमें?
Yeah, Dr. Kamalji, regarding the technology and digitalization, when we talk, yes, the COVID has made an impact on the entire lifestyle of the humanity. Okay, and the technology has played a very role over here. And now the new normal is the new trend. People are adapting to the new normal. Okay, so they have changed. Everything has been changed. The working culture has been changed. The purchasing pattern, the purchasing decision making, the shopping, the entertainment, the payment, and the health awareness, the fitness. Everything has been changed, and the technology has played a role in all these areas. And it has put the things forward. What the Westerners are doing, what India is lacking behind. Now we are par with the Westerners when we talk about the lifestyle. Everything is at par. So the technology front, we are very much aware, and this is one of, we should thank to the situation what the virus has been given. Whatever the loss it has been made, some benefit is also it has given to the mankind. And when we talk about the technology impact on the direct selling industry, okay, so two things. One, we have to see from the company front, and also one we have to see from the distributor front. Company front में अगर देखेंगे technology, almost all the companies अभी यूज कर रहा है. So they know उनका the supply chain बोलिए या उनका bonus या payment, everything has been technology based already हो चुका है. यहाँ पे नया कुछ होगा तो regarding the marketing aspect अभी देखेंगे in future. For the next couple of years ये public gathering उतना ज्यादा नहीं होगा. So okay, people will not have big convention, people will not have big events for the next 2 years. So instead of companies will come with online events and online seminars, and company will employ more multimedia creators instead of event management. So online tools and systems will take care its place. And when we talk about the direct sellers, the impact on this industry with the direct sellers, ये इनके लिए direct sellers के लिए एक बहुत बड़ा excitement है, because उनके लिए ये बहुत नया है. ये जो Zoom में बैठ के पूरा दुनिया उनके सामने है, जो उनको ट्रैवल करके 2-3 दिन ट्रैवल करके एक मीटिंग अटेंड करने वाले थे, अटेंड करके उनको जो इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलना था वो आज घर बैठ के उनको पूरा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल रहा है. सो द प्रोडक्ट अवेलेबिलिटी एंड द मार्केटिंग इवेंट एंड द बोनस, एवरीथिंग. अगर एक स्मार्टफोन है, कहां से भी एक डायरेक्ट सेलर अभी बिजनेस कर सकता है. दिस टेक्नोलॉजी हैज एम्पावर्ड द पीपल. अगर हम रिक्रूटमेंट पद का बात करेंगे, सोशल मीडिया, फेसबुक, व्हाट्सएप, इट विल बी टेकन केयर. ये सब हमारे लिए रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए अब काम करना शुरू कर दिया. सो अभी डायरेक्ट सेलर को मेरा तरफ से मेरा सजेशन है, वी नीड टू अडॉप्ट टू दिस न्यू ट्रेंड. And for the team with the online meeting, because अभी home meetings, ये सब gathering meeting उतना जल्दी नहीं होने वाला है. और ये technology है ना, it has made the life easier for the networker and to gain and train the information. It has saved a lot of money and time. Even for me, if I want to attend one program in Delhi, I have to spend at least 3 days. So अभी the same meeting I can attend sitting in my living room. With spending only 2 hours, I can give the same impact. It has saved lot of time, it has saved lot of energy, and it has also saved lot of money. Okay, so distributors who are not used with the technology, अभी मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ पूरा distributors इंडिया में ये टेक्नोलॉजी का साथ ऑलरेडी आ चुके हैं, but कुछ लोग हैं उनके लिए टेक्नोलॉजी नया है. So that distributors who are not used with the technology and who are not familiar with this, the only solution is they need and they need to get used with this one. उनके लिए कोई और चारा नहीं है. It is similar. पहला जो स्मार्टफोन आना था, लोग बोल रहे थे मुझे ऐसा स्वाइप करना पता नहीं, ये स्मार्टफोन मेरे लिए नहीं है. बट अभी देखिए पूरा दुनिया स्मार्टफोन के पीछे है. So same thing, this technology, this need creation, and it will empower the direct seller like anything. It will save their energy and time, and this will empower them. In short, ये बहुत एक बड़ा रोल प्ले करेगा in future to come.
Perfect, sir. Sheshaji, we'll bring the same question to you, and I'll just add a little bit to it from the comments of Mr. Rafiq. So it has been observed that direct selling still has not made a mark at the like upper middle class or upper class of the society, right? So again, it is a profession which is not looked up upon. Like if anyone says that I am a direct seller, so people would generally ask कि अच्छा चलो वो तो ठीक है पर और क्या करते हो, है ना? So it has not reached that level. So would this technology intervention, I would say, would it like help direct selling to grow into that unscaled territory?
Absolutely, Dr. Kamal. And like Rafiq said, so I have a couple of points on this. Number one, I strongly feel that technology and direct selling is a perfect fit, right? And one example is what we have been seeing last 2 weeks and what we'll see in next 4 weeks. All the companies coming on one platform, talking about one business to everybody who's involved in direct selling. Imagine agar ye hame offline karna padta. Just impossible. Right? So our business is boundaryless. I may be a distributor sitting in Bangalore, but I may have a downline who understands Kannada and resides in Guwahati. So today what these Zoom training sessions have done is, earlier it was not possible for me to teach him, go to him and talk to him in Kannada, but today on one click, he can get all the education. So I think it's a big impact on education. Companies are getting smart. Now they understand that it's not a world of 1.5 hours, 2 hours of training anymore, right? So I am sure we are getting smarter, and so are other companies, where we want to have those information capsules and just float it in digital media. Right. And distributors are using it. So a big change is happening on education field. The other fact of boundaryless is, I'll give you one example. So in next month, probably we'll have an event where direct sellers from 25 or more countries will be participating in one online event and listening to the founder and top management at the global level. We could not have imagined it in an offline era. So I think if a company has vision and the distributor and leaders are agile, they should not be reluctant to उनको ये नहीं लगना चाहिए कि ये टेक्नोलॉजी मेरे लिए नहीं है, I can still work the old way. So अगर वो mindset में change हो रहा है, both at the company level and at the distributor level, वो agility आ रहा है, then I think it's a very, very right fit and it's a great medium. Having said that, I'll give 2 caveats, right? Because technology is an enabler. तो कभी-कभी मैं देखता हूं कि आजकल हम इतने जोश में हैं डिजिटलाइजेशन के कि एक फैक्ट भूल रहे हैं, that this business is of relationship, right? So my advice to all my fellow direct sellers and business owners is, use digitalization as a medium of communication. We are not into a we're not into a digital business. Digitalization is only a source of communication, and we are into essentially a relationship business. So that's something which I find very important. Second thing, what I'd like to give as a alarm is, let us treat digitalization with a lot of respect and not go casual about it. Because one thing which every member in the audience or in the panel or the person who's presenting needs to remember is, हम बेशक अपने घर के अंदर बैठे हैं, but we are on a stage. So the way we talk, the way we groom ourselves, and the way we value time is very, very important. So your questions, definitely जब हम status बढ़ाने की बात करते हैं, तो वो तभी आएगा जब हम लोग बहुत professionals की तरह इस medium को use करेंगे. This medium for us as business owners is not Facebook. Because if we treat it like a Facebook, then there are youngsters who are 10 times more equipped than us. So how do we blend technology into education and into promoting our business professionally will probably decide how we move to the higher segment of society. And you raise a very pertinent point there. Because when we talk of prevention, it is very important that we penetrate or we increase our base in that strata of society. Because वो लोग हैं जिनके पास शायद ज्यादा डिस्पोजेबल इनकम है, वो लोग हैं जिनके पास शायद ज्यादा अवेयरनेस है, और वो लोग हैं जो शायद ज्यादा इन चीजों पर फोकस करेंगे. So if we have to penetrate, we have to use the digital in the right manner. it is a perfect fit, but then it has to be used responsibly is what will be my comment on that.
Right, surely, sir. So it's again coming from your comments also. So this is the basic, and this is the core objective of this webinar series as well. So because it has been seen that people do not understand the industry, and if a person understands it, so there's nothing in it. Like anyone with a sound mind and a good sort of wisdom, so he can understand. So this is a very, very basic industry, and the fundamentals are something that anyone can understand. So Mr. Tan, where is technology taking us? Right. And
yes, Dr.
so would it affect like relationships as well?
I fully agree. I agree with Mr. Rafiq and Mr. Jha very well explained it in more detail. See, technology is there, but as you rightly would agree, not everybody is user friendly with it or has the tech savvy aptitude and the understanding. So I think till such time, the individual with what basic things they had, as I said, there are two opportunities. As on today, let's look at it. Because of the present circumstances, we have no means of communicating on a one-to-one. And I think as time goes, things are going to change. So the individuals now, whether direct selling or the prospects who are going to come into direct selling, I also look at the other niche of coming in. There are many unemployments in India as on today. Let's be honest about it. Those people who are highly professional and well-versed and who are already having a tech-savvy knowledge would definitely like to join up the direct selling. This is my thought. And I feel that's where we are heading on. And once I feel that type of a cream of, distributors or representatives, we get into direct selling, they will be able to share their knowledge, like what happened to us as time went, we improved, we learned, we developed, we progressed. So that would be the objective. And I feel by that, this technology which we are using, now we may have to develop it to suit our requirements, the type of industry or even the individual, how user-friendly it can be, so that, it's very easy for him to access, just like what happened to the phones. That means he has the business in his arms. And a tip of his finger, he has a key to just press and he knows where he is. So it's as simple as that. And I feel the other point is now with this technology there.
You muted, sir.
Audience, not only in your selected society or territory, but you have the whole world seeing you. So we got to be a little cautious. So that's where I'm trying to say etiquette, policy procedures, then comes the real sincerity, honesty, all that the individual has to inculcate, because everybody is watching you. Before it was not. So we got to be very, very cautious there, especially as organizers, companies, industrialists, that what we say, what we speak, what we offer should be very properly, oriented by the individuals who are already there or who are already going to join us. And this is something I look at for the present youth in India, because there's a huge youth population in India. All are educated to an extent. Where are they going to get jobs? Now, I think this is what I would, look forward to, and the government has to play its part well. IDSA as a member with us as an association, now they can also guide us. We have learned people like you who have taken certain initiatives, and I think we should be able to share this technology with the present circumstances and tell the direct sellers that, see, this is what we have and this is what you can utilize, and there is a future. It's up to you to take it or leave it.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Thank you. अभिषेक जी, बीच में बात हुई एक डुप्लीकेशन की. हमने बात की थी कि डुप्लीकेशन जो भी चीज जो डुप्लीकेट नहीं हो सकती वो नेटवर्क मार्केटिंग में नहीं चलेगी. टेक्नोलॉजी में आप क्या देखते हैं कि टेक्नोलॉजी वुड इट हेल्प इन द डुप्लीकेशन प्रोसेस? So it is one of the critical success factors in network marketing. And what are your perspective on the technology?
I totally agree with my co-panelists that technology has played a vital role in getting the productive values to our companies. Like पहले जो one-to-one meetings या interactions होते थे या plan shows होते थे जो physically होते थे, वो अब सभी video meetings या video webinars में convert हो गए हैं. Now the person sitting in Odisha can connect to his team in Jammu and Kashmir with just one click. That's, I mean, it's the technology. I mean, the supply stores are outlets जहाँ पे पहले लोग products के लिए जाते थे. Now it has all converted into the e-commerce platform. Now direct sellers are using the e-commerce platform to increase their business. And the educational seminars, जो पहले हमारे educational seminars होते थे, we have to do a lot of expense to conduct these seminars. Now they have converted into the educational videos which are shared on the social media platform, and the product training meetings which we do and which we have to do a lot of expense on it, and they have converted into the product training videos, and they are also shared on the social media platform. Moreover, the brochures, literatures regarding the company, regarding the products which need so much of printing, now they all have converted into soft copies, PDF formats, which are shared on the Facebook, on the Insta, and they are all shared on the social media platform. So basically, we are using the technology very efficiently, very effectively, and it's obviously helping in the growth of our direct selling.
रिलेशनशिप पे फर्क तो नहीं पड़ेगा?
देखिए, रिलेशनशिप ऐसे है कि इस कोविड सिचुएशन में best relationship, what we can do, we are doing it. We are giving our 100% by doing this interactions on the Zoom meetings and all that. तो कहीं ना कहीं we are trying our best and we are getting the efforts. तो मतलब जो relation जो physical बनता है, जो हम 1-to-1 मीटिंग में बैठ के समझा पाते हैं, तो उसका कहीं ना कहीं कुछ इम्पैक्ट हम उसको 1-to-1 ये Zoom मीटिंग्स में दे पा रहे हैं, तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें इम्पैक्ट आ रहा है, मतलब अच्छा इम्पैक्ट आ रहा है, और लोग अडेप्ट कर रहे हैं, लोग सीख रहे हैं, और कहीं ना कहीं टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर रहे हैं, जो आने वाले टाइम में हमें ग्रोथ में काफी हेल्प करेगा.
Perfect, sir. So moving on to the next question, because we are running short on time as well. So I would like to request you all to be a little precise in the next question. So we start with you, Shishir ji. So हम थोड़ा सा organization specific अब चलते हैं, because we would like to understand what direct selling companies are doing as an organization. What are they doing? So मैं ये थोड़ा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चन हम जनरली क्यों पूछते हैं, ताकि हमें ये समझ में आए कि इंडिविजुअल लेवल पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या अपना रोल प्ले कर रही है डायरेक्ट सेलिंग फ्रेटर्निटी को बढ़ाने के लिए. तो शिशिर जी, आपसे मैं स्टार्ट करूंगा कि एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या आपके प्लान्स हैं, व्हाट आर योर फ्यूचर प्लान्स, राइट, एंड वेयर डू यू सी द डायरेक्ट सेलिंग इंडस्ट्री इन इंडिया 5 to 10 years डाउन द लाइन? क्या फ्यूचर प्लान्स एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मैं स्पेसिफिकली आपसे ज्यादा पूछना चाहूंगा.
Sure, Kamal ji. So as an organization, our plan is very simple. Our plan is for the next 5 years to play on strengths, right? So when I say play on strengths, we have, and I think a lot of direct selling companies have 3 strengths, which is product, plan, and people, right? So if I talk about 4Life, 4Life is an immune system company. So definitely we have products which are well researched, well written about. So we have a great chance of enhancing our business using the product platform, and that is what we'll be doing. When it comes to plans, I think the success of a direct selling company greatly relies on what it has to offer. And all of us have some key components which help us strategize. So if I talk about my organization, I think I can talk about 2 things. One is my ability to pay up instantly, so people get commissions the next day, which is great. And second, the focus on the people who are starting the business. So it's not a top-down plan; it's a mix of what happens at the top, but the focus is also on people who are just joining the business. Then coming to the people front, I was talking about agility earlier. So when I talk about my business, my organization, I am so thankful and so proud of my business leaders, the way they have converted the entire platform from a physical to a digital medium. So their ability to learn has been immense. And this is what I'll bank on for the next 5 years, because I know that I've got people who can rise to the occasion. Because this business is all about developing your team. So this business is not about me, it is more about what I can do for you. And if I can have a team of leaders who can do it, definitely the business will multiply for me. So in terms of my strategy, it's very simple. So we have got solid strengths, and next 5 years, we have to play on that. Now, talking about will the industry grow and how it will grow, I think there is no doubt that the industry will multiply, right? Because what we have been talking about last 30-35 minutes, everything says that the business will multiply. But I think there are 3 agents who have to do their job very, very correctly. Number one, I'd like to talk about IDSA. So there is a job which is cut out for IDSA. And number one, it is, can it help us get an industry status? And that is what it is doing in a great way by liaising with everybody who matters. Second, I think part of that role which IDSA has to play is how can you ensure that unethical practices are stopped, whether it is by a company who is not a member or by people who are, one example is an online sales. So how can we influence that? So that's one part which the IDSA has to play. Now coming over to what the company has to do, because that's the second agent. I think a company has to invest a lot of resources in what kind of a product we generate in future, right? Because product definitely is a backbone of this industry. And having said that, product is the backbone, but we are not a product industry. We are people industry. So our focus has to be, how do we develop people? And we are selling products which are FMCG in nature incidentally. So that's an approach which we should have, rather than having FMCG products and using people to retail that products. So that's a focus which possibly the companies will have to have, and they have to have a long-term goal. They have to have a long-term vision. So they should not be like, okay, we are here for next 3 years, let's make the maximum we can do, and then we wind it up. So if a company is there, it has to focus on people and the kind of products it brings in. The third agent, and I'm sure today we have a lot of our leaders listening to us, and you definitely are the people who will decide if we can multiply our business 5 times or more in next 5 years. Because IDSA and the organization is only a facilitator. It is your passion, it is your goal that will ensure that the business transforms to next level. It cuts across all the societies. It goes to the right people. And some inputs which I have there is, first of all, let us start taking pride in what we are doing. And I think that's extremely, extremely important. We know that we are in a business. हो सकता है आज हमारा टर्नओवर बहुत बड़ा नहीं है, बट हम एक बहुत बड़ा टर्नओवर अपने लिए जनरेट कर सकते हैं, and we own this company wherever we are working. So that is the kind of feeling that we should have. We should not talk about direct selling as a project. We should not invite people and say कि हम एक scheme के बारे में आपको बता रहे हैं. This is a full-blown business which has potential to multiply. So that's one thing which I'd like to advise the people who are listening today. Second thing is have a long-term perspective. End of the day, this is a business. Imagine करिए अगर हमें business खोलने के लिए एक manufacturing plant लगाना पड़ता, बहुत से लोगों को employ करना पड़ता, तो क्या हम 2 महीने में break even कर जाते? क्या हम 3 महीने में break even कर जाते? एंड अगर हमारा गोल बड़ा है, अगर हमारा पैशन बहुत बड़ा है, तो हमारे पास एक पेशेंस भी चीज है जो बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए. एंड हमें ये इंश्योर करना है कि क्या मेरा ये महीना पिछले महीने से बेहतर है, एंड आई हैव अ लॉन्ग टर्म गोल. सो देयर आर नो शॉर्टकट्स टू दिस सक्सेस. अगर हम इस बिजनेस को बहुत बड़ा बनाना चाहते हैं, तो हमें थोड़ा सा परसिवियरेंस, थोड़ा सा टॉलरेंस और थोड़ा सा पेशेंस अपने में ग्रो करना पड़ेगा टू बिल्ड अ बिगर कंपनी. And third thing which I have to talk about when I talk to the third agency, which is the distributors, and that is change of leadership style, which will happen between what used to happen earlier and what will happen in future. We have to move from a control perspective to an empowerment perspective, right? So जब हम बिजनेस शुरू करते थे पुराने दिनों में, तो बहुत सारा हमारा फोकस रहता था कि that I need to know everything which is happening in my group. I need to control how they work, how they plan, how they buy products. But with this digitalization, and if we have to multiply, we have to move that into an empowerment mode, where I focus on developing my people in a manner that they can take their own decisions. Because that is only when the business will happen on its own and it will multiply. I don't have to hold all the strings with me. So a lot of focus has to be given by the distributor leaders, by the organizations on building the next level of competency. So just to summarize, our growth plan is to play on the strengths we have, and IDSA, organizations and distributors. If we can partner together and do that very strongly, there is no one who can stop us from growing to whatever numbers we decide.
Perhaps, Chetanji, if you could take a couple of minutes to apprise our viewers regarding the role IDSA is playing and upcoming projects, anything like that.
Yeah, sure. First of all, I absolutely would like to second what Mr. Shishir Jha has just said. It's a collective responsibility. See, अगर हम कहें कि इंडिया में डायरेक्ट सेलिंग को हमें 65,000 करोड़ या 1 लाख करोड़ ले जाना है, तो ऑफ कोर्स ये स्पेशल IDSA नहीं कर सकता, अकेले कंपनी नहीं कर सकती, अकेले डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स नहीं कर सकते. Unless all three elements, industry body, IDSA, the companies, whether it's IDSA member or not members, and of course the direct sellers, unless all these three segments come together and decide on the further course of action, this aim of achieving India to be there in the top 5 direct selling nations of the world will not be possible. And just to reiterate what IDSA is doing, IDSA, I would like to mention here that we are very actively involved with the process of rule making. We are in continuous touch with the relevant departments, the relevant officials also, because as I discussed during the previous sessions of the webinar series as well, बहुत जल्द डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के रूल्स आने वाले हैं, और एक बार जब ये डायरेक्ट सेलिंग के रूल्स आ जाएंगे तो हिंदुस्तान में जो डायरेक्ट सेलिंग को लेकर एक रेगुलेटरी अनक्लैरिटी का माहौल था, वो आप देखेंगे कि बिल्कुल ओवर द नाइट, जिसे हम कहते हैं, कि खत्म हो जाएगा. अक्रॉस इंडिया वो रूल्स एप्लीकेबल हो जाएंगे. सो लेट अस कीप आवर स्पिरिट साइड, लेट अस कीप आवर होप साइड. देखिए, देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो डाउट, जैसा हमारे एस्टीम्ड पैनलिस्ट ने भी कहा, India is going to be there in the top 5 direct selling nations. If you look at the retail sector, of which of course direct selling is a subset, India is already there in top 5. In retail, we are already a part of the top 5 nations around the world. Now, direct selling जो overall big set का एक छोटा part है, subset है, हमें देखना है कि हम उसको किस तरह से top 5 में ले जा सकते हैं. And I would like to say here that this lockdown has in fact worked as a catalyst, जिसे हम केमिस्ट्री में बोलते हैं. डायरेक्ट सेलिंग ग्रो कर रही थी, बहुत अच्छे से ग्रो कर रही थी. आईडीएसए के एनुअल रिजल्ट्स के हिसाब से 16% की सीएजीआर से ग्रो कर रहे थे ओवर द लास्ट 4 इयर्स. एंड आई थिंक दिस लॉकडाउन हैज सर्व्ड एज अ रोल ऑफ दैट कैटलिस्ट, जिसने ना केवल हमारी ग्रोथ बढ़ाई, बल्कि कंपनीज के अपने जो डिजिटलाइजेशन एफर्ट्स थे, उनको भी कहीं हद तक काफी बढ़ावा मिला है. So I would not say कि direct selling companies digitalization से बिल्कुल अनिभिज्ञ थी या बिल्कुल ही क्वालिटी थी. Every company was doing a bit of it's their own digitalization. But direct selling और lockdown या COVID-19 pandemic, ये एक ऐसी combination निकल के आ रही है, which I'm sure and I'm very happy that has worked wonderful for the industry. So back to you, Dr.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Mr. Winston, so because we are running very short on time, so
yes, thank you,
Mr. Shishir has just summed up entire thing for the entire industry very beautifully. So I would request the remaining panelists to be just specific. Take just a couple of minutes, probably. Just be specific about your organization. What are you planning to do? So I would request you to be very precise, please.
Done. What we have done is we have inculcated the change from day one to all our distributors, made them realize that they have to change. There's no two ways about it. Accept what is there in reality. Take your front foot forward and go ahead, giving them all the support we can, where we believe in credibility and giving equal opportunities to everybody. And at the same time, our objective has been giving good health, wealth, and financial security to the individual who joins our company. That is our focus. And we would continue to do that because we feel in this particular industry where direct selling, you would have to have a lot of compassion. You got to be united. That's what I use that word. United we stand, divided we fall. Irrespective of we are all brothers and sisters of this industry. I look at it like that. And I would say that we have already focused. We have got excellent results. Our distributors are doing fantastically well. They are hyped up. Their confidence levels are great. We are looking at different innovations where we can also take the technology to the next stage and improve on the business. For this, the government also has to support us by being a little conducive. Being an industrialist, I'm talking. And as I agree with the other panelists, they got to recognize this industry. This is an industry. It's just not some, roadside kind of an item which you're selling. The government has to support us, support the independent distributors in whatever way they can by giving them some little financial assistance. At the same time, the companies are there to give them whatever support we do as a promoter of the company. So I think with this IDSA, as Mr. Chetan said, we all have to get together, have a very common consensus and take this forward. Thank you, Dr. Shah.
So as government, we talk about government. So I think 13 states, if I'm not wrong, Chetanji,
That's right.
I do not know whether any addition of late, but 13 states have already adopted the direct selling guidelines, and Himachal is Himachal was in fact the 13th state to adopt it. So I was very happy that day. So, and when Shishirji was talking and Winston, sir, you were also talking, and we talked about this industry being a people industry. तो मुझे एक बड़ी अच्छी बात याद आ रही थी जो मैंने बहुत पहले सुनी थी जब मैं industry, when I started in this direct selling industry, and it is a quote from one of the great guys, one of the legends of the industry, and he said that we do not use people to build business, we use this business to build people. And it resonated so much into my mind that I understood it's actually the core. अभिषेक जी, आपसे जानना चाहेंगे आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का पीपल फ्रंट पे, और आप क्या सोच रहे हैं, मतलब आगे क्या आपको दिखता है अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए?
जब आपने पीपल की बात की है तो मैं अपने फ्यूचर प्लान में सबसे पहले आपको यही बताना चाहूंगा कि हमारा फोकस यही है कि जो भी डायरेक्ट सेलर्स हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से जुड़े हों, हम उनको एक सिक्योर्ड एनवायरनमेंट दें, एक ग्रोथ का एनवायरनमेंट दें, ताकि उनको लगे कि यहाँ पे वो ग्रोथ कर सकते हैं, यहाँ पे वो अपना करियर बना सकते हैं, क्योंकि ग्रोथ ऑफ डायरेक्ट सेलर से ही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ग्रोथ होती है. अगर उनकी ग्रोथ होगी तो ही कंपनी ग्रो करेगी, तो ही ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ग्रो करेगी. तो हमारा मेन फोकस यही है कि हम उनकी ग्रोथ के ऊपर ज्यादा ध्यान दें, ज्यादा फोकस करें. मोर ओवर हमारी दूसरी कोशिश ये रहेगी कि हम आईडीएसए को हेल्प करें ताकि लोगों को ज्यादा से ज्यादा ये फ्रॉडुलेंट कंपनीज या पॉन्जी स्कीम से बचाया जाए. बिकॉज इन कारणों से एक तो उनकी लाइफ भी खराब होती है, फाइनेंस भी उनका खराब होता है, और कहीं ना कहीं हमारी गुडविल भी इम्पैक्ट होती है. तो अगर हम इन चीजों को रोक पाएंगे, इन चीजों को कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे, तो इससे हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की गुडविल भी बढ़ेगी और हमारी ग्रोथ भी बढ़ेगी. मोर ओवर we will focus on launching more products जो कि डेली नीड के हों, जिससे उनको प्रमोट करना इजी हो, जिससे उनको बिजनेस बढ़ाना इजी हो, सो दैट वो और ज्यादा बिजनेस को बढ़ा सकें और अपने करियर में और ज्यादा अच्छी मतलब ग्रोथ ला सकें. और जैसे कि आपने कहा कि आने वाले 5-10 सालों में आप इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को कहाँ देख रहे हैं, तो मैंने पहले ही आपको बताया कि ग्रोथ रेट बढ़ रहा है और बहुत तेजी से बढ़ रहा है. मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि हम आने वाले 5 सालों में हाईएस्ट फिगर्स को टच करेंगे. अभी मैं आपको सिर्फ इतना ही बोलना चाहूंगा कि अभी क्या हो रहा है कि मोस्टली अगर एवरी 3rd या 4th पर्सन इज टॉकिंग अबाउट डायरेक्ट सेलिंग, और आने वाले 5 सालों में एवरी 3rd या 4th पर्सन will be associated with the direct selling. So it's a boom business. Thank you.
Zabardast. Mr. Rafiq, if you can add a little bit of your international this thing into your organization's future plans as well.
Yeah, so when we talk about future plan, yes, I agree with Mr. Abhishek, Mr. Shishir, Mr. Tan beautifully said that we play on our strength and to give the security for the distributors. So यही काम अभी DXL ने हाथ में लिया है, especially when I talk to my organization. अभी what we have taken is we have to be self-reliant. This is what we have understood, because अभी you see, when we are dependent on products which we need to import from other countries, there are a lot of instability occurs because of the relationship and because of various factors. So now the company need to be self-reliant. That's why we have taken our project in Siddipet. And one more thing, what I want to add is in DXN, apart from taking the own manufacturing unit in a bigger way in Siddipet, what we are doing is we are also concentrating on the socio-economic factor of the state. So by this one, what we are doing is we are outsourcing the raw material, the company what we want. The raw material will be outsourced to the nearby farmers. We will teach them the technical know-how, we will train them, and we have given the assurance that we will buy back the product from them. So two things are going to happen. One, we are helping the farmers. The social economic reform is happening in the state. At the same time, it gives a biggest confidence to the networkers, that the stability of the company. Because that what the networker is looking is the stability. How much the company will be, how stable is the company in the future. So when they see the big investment is coming and the company is doing a massive plans, so it will give you a very big confidence to the direct sellers. So this is what the organization is heading to.
Yeah, great, sir. So you raised a very good point. So because most of the companies who are actually seriously into direct selling business, they have set up their own manufacturing plant. So we hear about it like every day. So there are companies which have invested like 500 crores, companies have invested 1500 crores, 1000 crores into their own manufacturing plants. And it has definitely affected the socio-economic status of the country. If you say about it, we're providing employment, and definitely stability is one key factor. So if a company has invested 1000 crores, so it gives so much of a confidence to the direct seller that he is associated with a company which is there to stay. So because generally, as Abhishek ji ne bhi abhi baat ki thi, कि बहुत सारे लोगों को अभी भी एक जेन्युइन कंपनी और एक पोंजी स्कीम में फर्क नहीं पता है. तो कम से कम अगर किसी कंपनी ने 1000 करोड़ इन्वेस्ट किया हुआ है, तो आदमी को ये समझ में आ जाता है कि यार ये कंपनी रुकने वाली है, ये भागने वाली कंपनी नहीं है, ये वो नहीं है जो रातों रात अमीर बनाती है और रातों रात गरीब बना के चली जाती है ना. तो इतनी जबरदस्त रिच अभी जो डिस्कशन हो रही है, पता ही नहीं लगा, मतलब वी हैव एक्सीडेड 1 hour एंड वी आर कमिंग टू अ क्लोज. सिंगल लाइन मैसेज. और चेतन जी कुछ हमें फॉर्मेट का करना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज we are getting some experience from, we do not want to close this also, right? So we do not
absolutely
want to,
sir, absolutely. I would as much as I would love this session to continue, but like they say, all good things come to an end. So session
finally आप लोगों से सिर्फ just a single line message to the direct selling fraternity. What is your single line message to direct selling? And probably we can start with Mr. Winston. So, Mr. Winston,
okay.
Your message to the direct selling community.
Okay. To my direct selling, I call them brothers and sisters. I would continue that because it is ultimately a family knit unit. Take the first step forward. Don't look back. And I think go ahead and you know what is in future. It's up to you to make your future, and what you rather visualize, implement it. That is what I would share to my fellow existing distributors and those prospects of all the companies. We are all together. We should be united. That's when we stand. Divided, we fall.
Exactly, sir. Thank you. Abhishek ji?
I totally agree with Mr. Vincent that, my also key message to my direct selling fraternity is that we should work together, as a bond, as a together, as a one. If we, increase the market value of each other, only then we can think of growth in this industry. We should boost ourselves. We should boost other companies also. We should maintain the goodwill of each other. Only then we can grow as an industry. And everyone is doing a brilliant job. IDIC is doing a brilliant job. And Dr. Kamal, you have made a lot of tremendous efforts. And if we are making such efforts for the promotion of this industry, and we will, maintain a goodwill, and we will maintain the goodwill of other companies also, definitely we are growing in direct selling and we will be reaching the highest level.
Great. Rafiq ji?
Yeah, my message is direct selling, it should be the career for the people. It is the future career of the people, because if a direct seller, if he's a successful direct seller, he's not only a direct seller, he's a good speaker, he's a motivator, he's a good negotiator, he's a good salesperson, and he's a person who can have impact in other people's life. He know how to understand the problem, he know how to give the solution. So a successful direct seller is a perfect, it's a beautiful thing in a human nature. So when you are a successful direct seller, you are a beautiful person. This is what I feel.
Exactly, and I second you on that, because to succeed in network marketing, you definitely have to succeed as a person first. You have to be in harmony with yourself first, and only then you succeed as a direct seller. और कोई भी अगर एक अच्छी genuine company में कोई direct seller है जो कि successful है and he's earning huge, so you can be absolutely sure about his value system. Without value system, one cannot succeed in direct selling. I absolutely second you on that. Concluding comment, Shishir ji.
See, my message to my fellow direct sellers is that all of us are part of a recession-proof, future-focused, agile business. And I don't think there is a better place today to be in than where we are. So हम already सबसे अच्छी जगह पे हैं. Now it is time to make huge goals and chase them. And I'm very sure that whatever goals we set out for ourselves and each one of you set out for yourselves, you'll definitely go ahead and achieve it. So all the best to all of us. And very rightly said, Abhishek and Rafiq, that we must value add to each other instead of competing, because this is a nascent industry and there's lots and lots to achieve. So thank you so much, Dr. Kamal and Chetan, for organizing this.
Chetan ji, your concluding comments.
Definitely, sir. So most of the good terms and the adjectives have already been spoken by our esteemed panelists here. So I would like to address the direct sellers, the direct selling community. See, my advice is simple. Business करने के दो तरीके हैं. या तो आप दूसरे के प्रोडक्ट में खामियां निकालिए, जो कि सैडली अभी भी मेजॉरिटी कर रही है, या उसी समय को आप अपने प्रोडक्ट के बारे में ज्यादा जानने में आप लगाइए. See, the industry is going through a growth phase. 25 साल इंडिया में आज हो गए हैं, अभी भी हमने अपनी ग्रोथ की रफ्तार नहीं पकड़ी है. अभी बहुत डेकेड्स का सफर बचा है, बहुत डेकेड्स. आप ये मत सोचिए इंडस्ट्री कहीं जा रही है या ये सैचुरेट हो गई है. ये इंडस्ट्री, जैसा कि शिशिर सर ने भी कहा, ये एक रिसेशन प्रूफ इंडस्ट्री है. एंड इट मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ सेंस टू दिस कमेंट. So my advice would be, don't focus on finding faults in others, in their product, in their plan. Instead, utilize that time to find the good things about your product. All of the companies are coming up with good products. All the products are excellent. Spend that time to learn more about your company, your product. That will really help you going forward. Thank you. Back to Dr. Kar.
So rightly said, Chetan ji, and it's like people are generally, we still find some people, and quite a few of them who are pretty active on social media as well. So we find people like more busy in finding faults, right? So, and we always say that if you want to win appreciation, you have to appreciate. And people try to win appreciation, sadly, unfortunately, people try to win appreciation through criticizing, which will never happen, right? So we have to, it's time to stand together as an industry, as one, as Abhishek ji also mentioned, and all of the panelists, they mentioned. So it's time to get together as an industry and stand tall, right? And it's a stellar time that are ahead for direct selling industry. That is surely because people have taken to technology like anything. And talking to you, great guys, you being the personalities who stellar personalities of direct selling world, and coming from your end also, it gives a lot of confidence to me even, right? So I'm an absolute optimist when it comes to the direct selling industry, but talking to you has given me like goose pimples, and I'm thinking about the great times ahead for our industry, and we'll grow together. Thank you very, very much for sparing your time, for sparing your invaluable time and your thoughts with us. A couple of announcements. So I told you in the beginning also, so the certificates for the this Direct Talk episode 1 so are being released. You'll get it on your email, and please download it by Wednesday. And because Wednesday we'll be releasing for the next one. And for the people who are viewing it today on Zoom, so we'll be issuing it next week. So after the when we are done with Direct Talk 4, So we'll be issuing your certificates there, right? And it's been absolute pleasure to host you all. And I'm sure we'll keep in touch, and together we'll build direct selling into a great industry. Thank you very much for your valuable time. And thank you very much.
And,
Thank you.
Sure.
And,
And I would like to.
equally, I would like to thank Abhishek ji also. He's never on screen, but he's always behind and he's always there. So Abhishek ji and Taran ma'am also. So thank you very much for your efforts. Thank
On
you.
behalf of IDSA, I would like to thank all these four gentlemen here who have taken time, 1 hour out of their busy schedules, and to be agreeing with the, to be there on this IDSA platform. Thank you so much for taking out time, sir. And I would just like to request the direct sellers viewing us, the moment you get the certificates, certificate of participations, I would request if you can take a printout and click a picture of yourself with that certificate and DM us on Facebook, or send it us on info@idsa.co.in. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr.
Right, sir. Right.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Kamal and the panelists, and all good wishes to you all. Take care and God bless.
Bye, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you.